International crime syndicates are using South Africa to move all sorts of illicit contraband. They are taking advantage of porous borders and loopholes at both our air and sea ports. The Institute for Security Studies, Willem Els, joins us now to talk about the situation at the borders as festive season travel numbers are expected to pick up. Willem, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to eNCA. Are South Africa's ports of entry any more vulnerable during the holiday period than they would be during the off-peak times of the year?
Good afternoon, Temekile. Yes, our porous borders has been a challenge for us for some time, and it's been addressed in some ways by the different ministers that are involved there. But we see that over this period, due to a huge spike in the traffic at all our borders, the land borders as well as the air borders, we see that they are faced with additional challenges with the sheer volumes. But on top of that, we also see the challenges that we experience currently at the Lebombo border post with the challenges we face in Mozambique.
I like what you said about what's happening in Mozambique, because South Africa took a decision, the BMA at least did, to close the border on the South African side because of political protests in Mozambique, where we know there is the issue about the rejection of the election outcome. So when it comes to the security issue around ports of entry, be it a land border, be it an airport or at sea, how much control does the South African government and the related agencies actually have in terms of preventing criminality?
Yeah, that's a good question, because South Africa can only control what they can control on their side of the port. But we saw that, as you mentioned, that it was closed due to some challenges in Mozambique. We saw that the infrastructure on the Mozambican side of the border post was severely damaged when they burned down all the buildings and the equipment. So they are working with some temporary structures there. And we also see that there are sporadic riots and picketing that is taking place, preventing the motorists as well as the trucks to go through.